I need a paintbrush. Says it's unable to connect to chat. Says unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. That's what it says. Then why is it not going live? Why does it say unable to connect to chat? So that means what? I can't see what people are seeing?
Yeah. No, you can't see what they're saying.
How do I know if they're there?
It says how many people.
Can you connect to
Where does it say that?
here? Unable to connect to chat. Please try again.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
I need to be able to see what they're saying, sweetheart.
Okay,
if I can't see what they're saying, how can I help them?
There you go.
Hey, cuz, I see you. Hello, Joy and Marjorie. Hello, Wanda. I hope you guys can hear me. We were having some difficulties. If you can hear me, send me an emoji. It doesn't matter which one. Hi, Danae. Colorado. Hey, Marjorie. Thanks, Marjorie. Thanks, Deneen. Okay, so now that I know you guys can hear me, I can go ahead and get started. Good evening to all 14 of you. It says that we have 14 viewers, 2 likes, but only 14 viewers. 15 viewers now. That's great. Hi, Karen. Hi, Joy. Caroline. Okay, great. So today I'm just going to be working on a simple craft. I'm just going to Mod Podge these candlesticks that I picked up from Home Depot. I believe it's Home Depot. It's either Home Depot or Lowe's. I got this like a year and a half ago and I didn't use them, so I'm planning on using them for my mom and dad's 50th. So I'm just going to glitter these up so that we'll have them, because they're such a bright white. We really more or less need ivory if we were going to leave it plain like this. But anyway, I was hoping to have quite a few people that had questions about upcoming events that you might have that I can help you if you have a dilemma with, to be our discussion, because I'm going to be doing a tutorial on showing you how I actually pack my bins so that it lends to having an easy, almost smooth going setup for the venue. I was gonna just explain it on here, but then baby girl was like, well, people really kind of need to see that, mom, so you really need to do a video. So I said I would touch bases on it a little bit here, but for the most part, it's just better if I go ahead and do a tutorial on that. At least baby girl thinks it's better to go ahead and do a tutorial, and I kind of agree. You know, she's a pretty smart cookie, and I know I'm a visual learner, so it probably is better that way. Is anybody else experiencing a cold front where they are? We're finally getting a little bit of colder weather here in Texas, which is unheard of. It's cooler. I'm kind of fuzzy. Okay. I don't know how to fix that. When baby girl comes back into the room, then I'll see if she can do something about that, cuz you need fall decor ideas. Okay. Well, I have a one idea for fall that I'll be doing. It'll be a pumpkin wreath for the dining room and then something for the living room and kitchen. Okay. I'll see what I can come up with, Beverly. Okay, well, Diane, what's the theme of your dinner party that you're planning on having? Do you have a theme, or you're just going to be having friends and family over and you just want a nice centerpiece? Because if that's the case, then I can make sure that I think of something, and then my next tutorial will be a centerpiece for you. Hey, Caroline in Louisiana. Says we have 20 people in our live stream chat and only 9 likes. Can you guys get that up to 20 likes? If you haven't clicked the like button yet. Wanda, you said, girl, yes, but it what? Oh, circles of love. Okay, you know what? Let me find a pencil. I'm gonna write this down, okay, Diane? No, it's Danae. Denane, last name Patrick. And you want a circle of love centerpiece. Now, Danae, do you want this to be Dollar Tree inspired, or it doesn't matter? It doesn't have to be Dollar Tree. Oh, Wanda in the 50s. Wow. Hey, Bubba. Oh, my feet is frozen. Baby girl. Oh, it's raining in Florida, but still hot. Well, I surely know how that is. So I'm pretty sure it's not just hot, it's also humid. Because Florida is very similar to Texas when it comes to their weather. But I think Florida probably has more good days than Texas does, because Texas seems to always be hot and humid, always. Elena, I'm going to see what we can do about the feed, guys. Let me finish this candle up, okay? And then I'm going to go grab baby girl and see what we can do about the feed. You know how it is when you just have that feeling when the kids can hear you, but they don't answer you? My children have learned since we've moved into this house that we just recently got the dining room set up to where we can actually like use it. And they're starting to hide in there because it was one of the rooms we didn't use in the house because it was full of boxes. So now I figured that out last night that they hide in the dining room. Isn't that sad? Just to keep from coming when I call them. Of course, I do call them a lot. You know, kids nowadays they don't want to help. They don't want to help. It's like you have to make them do it, and they are very resentful for it. But um, it takes multiple people to run a household. You know, it's not like back in the day when Mama stayed home, so she had the responsibility of running the household by herself because she was home all day. I work. And yes, I make my kids do chores. They got to do their fair share too. So I'm going to run and go see if I can get her. You say, but it freezes off and on, Carolyn. Okay, I'm going to run and go get her and see if there's something else that she can do with this program, this OBS, to see if we can fix it. I'll be right back. I'm fuzzy or the feed is going in and out. And that is the Wi-Fi connection. I don't really know how to fix it. Well, come look at it. And if it goes fuzzy, that means the Wi-Fi connection is out. And if it does that, what else did you say? She says it goes in and out. Read what it says. It says it goes in and out. Your feed is in and out. See if you can fix it. Well, try. Don't just say you don't know how and don't do anything. You usually do something and it works. Refresh the page. Okay, well, refresh the page. Any better or no? I just wanted a person. Yeah, she's a person. She's a real person. No, I thought it was a brand name, like Versace. Versace is a real person and a real name. Or Gucci. Gucci was a real person and a real name too. That was a real person with a real name. Or Chanel. Definitely a real person. Or Tom Ford. Elena, you stop. You're being silly now. Or Fenty. You know Fenty is a real person. Well, who's not a real person? Fendi. Fendi probably was a real person too. Who's Versace then? Gianni Versace. Who's that? He died. He was just a fashion designer. Louboutin. That's not real. That's just a brand. No, I think that's a real person. No, are you sure? It's a real person. Yeah. Well, then what's a brand that's not a person? I guess they're all people. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Guys, how is that? Is that any better? Is that any better? Elaine, I don't want you to leave out of the room in case we have issues again. Helena, what did I say? Elena, what did I say? Like I said, these kids. That's right. Everybody needed to pitch in to make the house flow right. I do. I pay the bills. I feed you. I make sure you're fed. I make sure there's plenty of food. That's not a default. That's a responsibility. It is. It's a responsibility. And that's my responsibility. Your responsibility is to do whatever I ask you to do. And when you don't do it when I ask, your responsibility is to do what I tell you to do. Thank you, Carolyn. It's something just really simple. I did a haul. It might have been my very first haul video of Michael's, and I purchased these LED candles, which are normally really expensive. They had like, what was it, 50% off of them, Helena, at the time? And some of them, those candles, those LED candles, some of them were glittered and just so pretty. But the original price of those candles is like, $50 for a box. So, here I got these on clearance for $3 a piece. They're name brand, not that that matters, because you can also get them from Dollar Tree when they have them. I don't know if they have them exactly that size. I think they're shorter, but still, you can find them at Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to let that sit over here and cure and work on the others. Hello, Cheryl. I'm glad that you're not having any issues, Marjorie. Yeah, Meemaw's in here. My nephew that I was telling you ladies about a couple of days ago with the blanket, he's what is it? Killed by pandas. His name is Ernest, and I don't know if he wanted to be put out there like that, but that's my nephew, and he's actually on tonight. And he thinks that my mom is watching the live. So if she is watching, Mama, if you're watching, I did my hair. She's always getting on me about my hair because you guys know I live in my Ankaras, the satin line hats, because I don't like doing anything to my hair. It's in a transition stage of some sort, and I don't understand what's going on with it. It's which part of it might be that I'm not doing everything that I should be doing for it. But when you're natural, you got a huge learning curve. And so my hair is long, but it's not as full and thick as it used to be. So I'm not wearing it out as much. I'm wearing it in protective styles. And so when you're putting it in twists or braids and then hiding it under an Ankara, you know, you're less likely to comb it out and brush it out every day, because I don't. And when it's in a protective style, you don't necessarily have to every day, but you shouldn't go weeks and months without touching your hair. And I have a tendency to do that. But my hair grows. It grows like that, but it's still not good to do. So, I said weeks and months. I meant weeks because it's not months. It's not months, it's weeks. But yeah, she gets on me all the time about my hair. You have such long pretty hair and you don't do anything with it. And here, her hair is very fine and it's thinning. Um so she's like, it could be worse. Your hair could be like mine, and then you don't have any and you'll be wanting it. So take care of it while you have it, because it's not guaranteed that you're going to keep it. Elena, that iCloud thing came back on. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't affect it.
It doesn't.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Janelle. We were just talking about my hair. It is good to have it out every now and then. I just prefer not to have it out personally. And I know you guys can see this color. I'm going to change the color again. You know, I have stubborn gray that will not color, and I gray in the front of my head. And with me graying in the front of my head, I want to cover it. Since it doesn't like to accept color, you camouflage, and I camouflage by going blonde. Well, I wanted red hair with blonde in the front, and I had that for probably about 2 weeks until I washed it, and red fades and it bleeds, and it's a very hard color to manage. It's a very, very hard color to manage. So now the front of my hair, instead of being blonde, it is red, and it's a brighter red than the rest of it. So I think what I'm going to try and do this next go around is have the beautician attempt to make me a red brown color for the fall. Because I think that would be pretty. I think it would get me closer to my natural color, because I would love to transition to just a natural shade of hair color. And if that doesn't work, then I'm keeping my blonde in the front because I like it. I like having the blonde in the front. Blonde is a very good color on me. It looks beautiful on me. Coppers and auburns look good on me. This red was just really bright. And my mom didn't like it very much. I did, but she didn't like it very much. So moms usually know. She said it just didn't look very classy. Um, for the bright red, it's faded a lot, you guys. That's another reason why I also kept my car on, and I never showed you after I had it done because it was very bright. It was very bright. Still, it was red, which I enjoyed, but it was too bright. So I just try and keep my hair color a color that's becoming of a woman of my age. Um, you know, I don't know how else to say it. I'm young at heart, but I know I'm every bit of 46, so I want to look respectable with the right shade and tone of hair color. Yeah, Miss T is blessed. That's sad because medication does do that. It does thin our hair out, depending on what it is that you're taking. If I want to put another color, how I remove the one is on. Okay, depending on the color, there are a couple of ways that you can actually strip color from your hair. And it really depends on how healthy your hair is, because you can do a bleach wash and strip it out. They make shampoos that strip old hair color out. With red already fades and bleeds, but you can definitely get it out with a hair shampoo that strips hair. But obviously, you can do a bleach wash to get it out. Me, I'm not going to worry about doing either of those because it's already red. So I figure if she puts a nice auburn brown in my hair, the red undertone is still going to be there. So I'll get that red brown that I want. But that's how you do it. Another way, which I do not suggest anyone to do, however, when I was in high school, in cosmetology school, I dyed a girl's hair who had dyed her hair blonde. Okay, she dyed her hair blonde. I didn't know, and she didn't remember what dye she used to bleach her hair up, right? And she wanted to go back natural. She wanted to go back dark color. Her hair was brown naturally. She didn't want to be brown. She wanted to be jet black. So we dyed her hair jet black. Okay, no big deal. Then she decided when it grew out enough that she wanted to go back blonde. So, I'm a cosmetology student, and at the time, she was my manager at Bugle Boy. This was when I was in high school. And so we went to buy the dye. She wanted a dark and lovely honey blonde. That's what she wanted. I told her I was only used to working with um, stuff out of Sally's Beauty, what would be used in a beauty salon, Matrix products, which was not sold at Sally's, but Sally's had professional products that I could get. So she didn't want to spend the money at Sally's. She wanted to just do the box dye. So that's what we did. Well, her roots lifted, but the black did not. And we had to use Tide. How many of you, by a show of emojis, know old school Tide washing detergent? Show me hand emojis if you know old school Tide uh did laundry soap. That's what we had to use. And she had to wash her hair multiple times to strip that black out of her hair so that we could then give it the correct treatment. Cuz what was a bad idea? I missed something. Good morning, Selena. Well, Cheryl, if you feel that way, I do not feel that way. I've had a lot of stress lately, and I don't want to show it in the front of my head. I don't. Well, in the box dye, it has a developer. It's not very strong. I'm pretty sure it's probably 20 volume developer that's in Dark and Lovely. Um, but still, all in all, um, I thought I was gonna get fired, but she didn't fire me. I was a good worker. But yeah, that was pretty traumatic for us both because I didn't want to have ruined her hair. But we got it fixed. And she still let me keep practicing in her hair, so that was a good sign. That was the only mishap that we had. But I learned from that. And so in learning from that, whenever you dye your hair a blonde color, which means you're having to lift it and bleach, you're lifting out the red that is in your hair follicle strand. So therefore, if you're going to try and go back darker, you have to put that red back in. And that's another reason why I can go with the brown and know that that red undertone is still going to be there and give me the color that I want. Yeah, her changing her hair color that way was a bad idea. We should have used professional products, and I should have tried to already strip that dark black off of her hair ahead of time. But my thinking was, well, we're using bleach, so the bleach will lift that color. Well, no, it didn't lift that black because once it was already bleached and then you filled it in with the black, which has a lot of red in it, you couldn't turn around and pull that black right back out. Definitely not with the box dye. You needed professional stuff and it needed to be done in steps. It's a process. But we got it back right. We did get it back right. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Selena. Well, you know what, cuz I'm not going to be using any kind of hot curlers or anything like that. I don't do anything to my hair uh at all. But I can tell you this. Back in the day, doing a wet set and y'all, I hope I hope all of y'all know what a wet set is. It's where you wash your hair, condition your hair, and you put the magnetic rollers in your hair, and you sit underneath the hair dryer, right? And you get your wet set. I tell you, even to this day, that is the absolute best treatment as far as a heat application for your hair, because it's not direct heat. Your hair gets dried, it stays in the curl as long as you're using a good styler, which Lotta Body to me is the best. I don't think there's another styler on the market that helps you hold a curl better than Lotta Body. And I have done a silk press on my natural hair that way, if you want to call it a silk press. And except for the roots, because they used to have the rollers that had the brush inside. So when you rolled it up, you used a pin to secure it. Now that gets your roots straight. I can't find those rollers anywhere. I have found the pins in a couple of black owned beauty supply stores, but I have not found the roller, so I'm actually looking for that. I said I was going to look on Amazon and then I forget about it. But yeah, well, cuz that's the best way to do it, and it doesn't damage your hair. It doesn't damage your hair at all, and it looks nice. You just have to invest the time that it takes in the beauty shop or in your home. Like me, I have a dryer here, and I have everything here actually. You just have to invest the time to sit underneath the dryer. Right, Carolyn. Anytime you add bleach, you're taking out the pigment. 14 grandkids and 13 great grandchildren. Yes, Cheryl, I guess you have earned every last one of them. Yes, it does stretch your hair out, but in a good way. Oh, really? Now, whenever you air dry it, but then you may have a different grade of hair. Whenever you air dry it, Marie, does it still come out as nice as if you sat under a dryer? Because, see, if I let my hair air dry, it's going to take 2 days for some reason. My hair takes a long time to dry. That's the reason why I invested in a sit down air dryer like the beauty shop, because it takes my hair too long. It really does. They don't make those rollers anymore. I can believe you because I can't find them at all. And I don't even know what they were called. You used to could find them like at Walgreens, but they were small. Okay, your hair is very fine. That's why. Yes, they were the best sets. Yeah, his hair is probably too um Louisiana wavy kind of hair. That's Daddy's hair is not fine and his hair is not coarse either. But anyway, um he uses that royal crown. And I tell you, he doesn't have any problems with dandruff. He doesn't have any problems with his pores being clogged. He doesn't have any problems. It's thinning a little bit throughout, but he's 70 years old. But you don't even see that it's thinning. But compared to how it used to be, you can tell that it's thinning a little bit. You know, I'm beginning to think that those old products, which did have a tendency to like clog pores and such like that, I don't think they're as bad as some of this new stuff that they have coming out. And it does make me want to try, because if you guys can remember, there was for those of us that had perms back in the day, there was this tube that my mom used to get called perm repair. And that stuff, I tell you, it made your hair grow. It helped you maintain your relaxed hair, and also Live, which they still make. I don't see perm repair no more though. But those things, man, they really worked. They really worked. And now there's so many other products. I wonder how it would be just to go back to the old stuff instead of keep trying the new stuff to see if the new stuff is better than the old stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I ought to do that on the beauty channel, on our beauty channel. Maybe I should do that. Try um a month of using Blue Magic and see what happens. What do y'all think about that? Black henna. I've heard of henna, but not black henna. I've never heard of that. Elena, it says unable to chat. That means you can't. But can I read what they say? Because nothing's happening now. Nothing's coming up. Nothing's coming up.
Mrs. Havisham killed me.
Who?
Mrs. Havisham killed
Who is
me.
that? Who's Miss Havisham?
It's a therapy horse. Next. Working.
Okay, Gloria, thank you. I'm after this live. I'm gonna have to look and see if they have them. Right, right, Carolyn. You know what, Wanda? The Marcells, they were hard to learn to use in beauty school, but man, they gave you the best control because you really could control the temperature with those if you knew what you were doing. I still feel like the old school things that we used were better than some of these new things that they have. I really do. And I don't know if it's because that's all we had. We made do with what we had and learned. Whereas this new stuff, they try and make it to where you don't even have to think anybody can use it. But that's not true. There still is a degree of education that you need with these different tools and products. Yeah, Evelyn, I have to agree with you on that. I think we should go back to the old days on a lot of things too. Hi, Gloria. Yeah, Selena, they do have products for people with very sensitive skin. And I can tell you, when I used to relax my hair, and give me a show of hand emojis. I like doing that. Give me a show of hand emojis of how many of you ladies used to use the TCB relaxer. TCB in the little kind of yellowy, taupey uh, bottle. That's what they used to use to straighten my hair back in the day. And I tell you, my hair was just as straight and pretty, and my scalp was just as fried. I mean, totally fried. I used to hate getting my relaxers when I was little because my mom would always forget to tell us that we were going to go to the beauty shop until the day before. Well, we had already been scratching our head for a week. So, we was just lit when she was doing our relaxers. But I tell you, you didn't get a straighter hairstyle if you didn't use TCB. But towards the end, when I was in high school in cosmetology, we found a product called Elastic QP, and they have relaxers, obviously, because it's a black hair care line. They have one for sensitive scalp, and I tell you, it reminded me so much of the TCB because it got my hair straight. I didn't have to leave it on there long, and it did not burn. But now I don't use a relaxer. But if I ever do go back to a relaxer, if they still make that product, that will be the one that I use. Because I didn't think, because my hair isn't really all that coarse, but it's not fine. It's like normal hair. Um, I didn't think that it would straighten me, but it does. Yeah, but it does. It really did. And I was amazed because I thought all relaxers burn because up until then, all relaxers did. Morris is upstairs in his room. How's Brittany? Y'all, my niece, my oldest niece, she had a procedure today. No, Brittany's the oldest. Deja's after Brittany. Yeah. She had a procedure today. It turns out that she has an extra an extra pyramidal heartbeat. And basically all that means is they don't know why she has palpitations because she happens to have an extra node that um, sends off an electrical charge that tells the heart to beat. We all have one because we need that. That's what tells our heart to beat. Unfortunately, she has two, and they went in today to ablate it to, kill it, burn it off, but it's too close to the real one, so they couldn't do it. And so she's just going to have to live with chest pain and palpitations, unfortunately. I kind of touched on that a little bit this morning when I asked you guys, to remember us because, the whole family is going through different things. We just got health issues back and forth, but she did fine. She's home and she's resting, but it's something. Now, did the henna actually cover all of your gray, or did it turn it a different color where you could still tell that it used to be gray? Yeah, the TCB, you use that now in mild. Oh, okay. Woo, girl, you brave. You might want to try that Elastic QP, the sensitive one. I think you'll like it. Yes, please, Miss Gloria. Yeah, she's doing okay right now. She's resting. The thing is, she can't go upstairs to her room because she can't do anything strenuous. She can't climb stairs. She can't get into tall beds. She has to lay on the sofa, and she really should be laying straight. She shouldn't be sitting up much. For the next 3 days, she can't climb stairs. She can't, and she has a little itty bitty 5-pound chihuahua. She can't even play with her chihuahua or lift her chihuahua because it's just too strenuous. But She's a little bitty thing herself. She's in her 20s, but she looks like she's 12 years old. Does Brittany weigh 100 pounds yet? Okay, so she just barely weighs 100 pounds, if that. Cutest thing ever, but just really, really tiny, petite, and frail. And now we know why. Now we know why. Um, just coming up, we just chalked it up to her dad and her uncle, my twin brothers. They were always tiny and frail. They're not now, but coming up, they were just little bitty boys, and we just figured she just followed suit behind her dad. That's all. But we're finding out that that's not the case. That's not the case at all. And you know what? It's messed up how we rely so much. That's why I was telling y'all the other day, if you caught my live, doctors go to school, but they don't know everything. Okay. And for a lot of them, it's their nurses that save their butts on a daily basis. Okay. Because they make mistakes. And for my niece, she was in the hospital. They had monitors on her because this has been going on for years, right? So finally, they break down. One of them finally says, maybe she just needs to go and see a psychiatrist because it's mental, because everything's normal. We don't see anything. So they're quick to tell you, oh, it's in your mind. It's in your mind. You know your body and you know that it's not in your mind. And here we go, finding out that no, it wasn't in her mind. She wasn't making up the chest pain. And you could even look at her face, her eyes, and her color would change. So you know something wasn't right. And now, lo and behold, they really found out what the issue is. And I mean, my parents are just so much better than me because, I do have a mouth on me and I work at controlling it a lot. But, had I been at any of those doctor visits and they said, oh, it's in her mind, I don't know how I would have handled myself in that, because because we know her, we could look at her and we can tell that her color was off. Her eyes were sunken in. It we knew something wasn't right. We knew it wasn't in her mind. And you had to keep pushing, and finally they figure it out. And it's bad. It's bad. She can live with it though, but it's bad. So, we have to just wait until the new system, and let Jehovah fix everything, because, we live in such a terrible world right now. But it's not always going to be like that. It's not always going to be like that. Well, Marie, it doesn't have your hair doesn't have to get coarse for you to go natural. Whatever your natural hair pattern is, you just have to learn what products and what styles work best for you. Yeah. Yeah, they should make a little bit more money than what they do. I can definitely say that, but it is what it is, and really and truly, you really shouldn't go into nursing for the money. You really need to have the heart for it, because we have enough nurses that's in it just for the money. And they don't always have the patient's interest at heart. And that's one thing I can say about me. I always advocate for my patients. Sometimes a little bit too much. My mouth has gotten me in trouble with a few doctors. But I have saved those doctors' behinds too. So, you know, it's give and take. Yeah, I appreciate that, Selena. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's Selena from Australia. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what? I think the kids nowadays is making it a little bit. harder for teachers to teach. So I don't think they go into it for the money as much because they know that there really isn't any money for what they have to go through with kids nowadays. Yes, Wanda, I've never used hairspray. I've never used hairspray. I am going to use Mod Podge because I know it's a great sealer, but I've never tried hairspray. Ooh, yes. Tiha, I'm so glad that you came through your cardiac ablation with flying colors. Unfortunately, with her, they weren't able to do an ablation. Were you suffering with AFib, or did you also have a extra pyramidal um, AC node? Okay, well, you know what? Hey, which hairspray do y'all use? Which hairspray do y'all use? Evelyn and Wanda, which hairspray? Cause you know what? Since I'm gonna save these two to do a tutorial on, so I'm gonna test it out. I'll seal two of them with Mod Podge and two of them with hairspray, and we'll see which one does better. No biting. The ones at the Dollar Tree. Okay, Aquanet Extra Hold. Miss Wanda, where can you find Aquanet? I haven't seen Aquanet in the stores in ages. Helena, be careful. You just pull the computer. You might accidentally pull it down. Do they still sell Aquanet like at Walgreens or Walmart? You use the Dollar Tree in the pink bottle. Okay. And it's a spray or is it a pump, Miss Beverly? Aquanet Extra Hold. I have to try and find that. Yeah, I'll have to try and find that. Beauty supply. Huh. Okay, Wanda, I'll have to try and see our local beauty supplies to see if I can find Aquanet. I haven't seen it in years. Oh, wow. Okay. So the Dollar Tree as well as trying to find Extra Hold Aquanet. Okay. Now see, cause our Dollar Tree, I haven't seen Aquanet at Dollar Tree, but I'm gonna get the pink can. What was that? Is that what it was? Okay. One of the light bulbs is acting funny. Any extra hold hairspray. Okay. Yeah. And you know what, Cheryl? They have a saying which is unfortunate that nurses eat their young. So if your daughter's just getting started, a lot of nurses will be mean to her, including supervisors. But once they get used to her and they see her work ethic, one of two things is going to happen. She's going to gain their respect, okay? But besides gaining her respect, you'll have ones that'll actually try to use her to do their work as well as hers. So just tell her to be mindful of that, and know how to stand her ground and when to stand her ground. But first things first, when you're new, you kind of have to take it until you show them that, hey, you might be a new nurse, but you're not dumb. You're here for the right reasons and you know what you're doing. But she also, if there's stuff that she doesn't know, be humble and learn all she can learn from the older nurses. And also, don't be afraid to critically think. I'll never forget. I was working in an LTAC, and I love LTACs. Um, and I'm pretty good at starting IVs, but I wasn't the best. And we had our ICU nurses. This was before I got into ICU and an LTAC. They were the ones that we always called when a person was a hard stick. Well, we had a patient who was a VIP patient from another country that came to that hospital. And um, he was so swollen and very, very afraid of needles. And he had been stuck by our ICU nurses and they couldn't get one started. And he was so comfortable with me, and his wife was so comfortable with me. They begged me to try and start a line. And I told him, I don't know if I would be able to. Obviously, I'm going to try because he needs it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because if our best nurse who works in ICU and works at MD Anderson as well as at our facility, because he worked 2 jobs. And if you work at MD Anderson with cancer patients, their veins have been through so much. They're just terrible and they're tiny. And he could always get line started in there, but he could not get line started in this particular patient. And it's because he was so swollen. I remembered how I've had patients that had so much swelling and edema that when you rolled them over, let's say they were laying on their back and you rolled them over so that you could shift them to one side to get them off their back so they didn't get pressure ulcers, you could just see the indentation of where the bed was and where all the fluid laid. And then the fluid would slowly trickle down to that side of the person's flesh, because now it was being pushed in the opposite direction from the body weight of how you had them rolled over. So, since this gentleman was so swollen, and I remember that that's how the body shifts and the fluids shift, I just massaged and pushed the fluid away from his hand where I could get a line started. That ICU nurse sat there and watched me because he just knew I wasn't going to be able to get a line started. And I got that line started quick because it's fluid and it moves. But if you don't think about that, then you would just go in blind because you know anatomy and physiology and you know where the veins should be, but you can't see them and you can't feel them. So just let your daughter know to use her critical thinking and common sense, and also learn from the older nurses too, because she's going to be able to learn a lot. But just be quiet and take it until she don't have to take it no more. She has already got the t-shirt for that. Okay. Mod Podge is better, but hairspray in a pinch. Okay, okay. So Evelyn uses it a lot. Don't agree with everything they say and do no, you're wrong. Right, exactly. Thank you so much, Selena. Okay, ladies. I think we're gonna go ahead and end our live stream now. Yeah, Wanda, I can talk a lot. I can tell y'all this right now. It really makes me feel good talking to you guys. Um, it really does. I just realized I don't know how long we've been on here, but this is the happiest I've been in weeks. In weeks. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna do a tutorial on this, which you guys basically watched me glitter some candles. Who can't glitter candles, but I'm gonna have to bling it out some kind of way. Oh, before I go, let me show you these things because I'm also gonna do a video on this. You guys know that I'm an ambassador for totallydazzle.com, and since I've been gone so long, I've gotten a couple of things from them that I hadn't had an opportunity to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and share real quick. They have diamond wrap. You guys already know that they have diamond wrap, but did you know they now have black diamond wrap? Yes, they have black diamond wrap. And so they sent me 2 rolls of it. So I think I'm going to end up doing a giveaway and give one of the rolls away because it's a lot of diamond wrap. And I don't know that I would use, baby girl. I don't know that I would use all of it. And I think I would rather share it. I might, since it's the same size, I might split it up into like 3 or 4 rolls. So I'll do that. And then also they have, when they sent me the black diamond wrap, they also sent these beautiful little inspirational cards that you can turn around and either frame and use in your house or, you know, use them on whatever kind of decor you want. But they just have a lot of cute little sayings. Like this one says, you sparkle the most when you are you. And some of them are like marble and gold. Some of them are like glitter. It says, this is your time to shine. See, they're really, really cute. Very motivational too. I like that. When in doubt, add more sparkle. You know that's my little motto. But anyway, I just think that these are so cute. So I'm going to end up doing a tutorial with these. And the last thing I want to show you that I got from Totally Dazzled, baby girl, can you go and wash this paintbrush before it dries completely? Are these, which I am going to use at my mom's and dad's at their 50th wedding anniversary. And I know I don't have 25, so I'm going to have to order some. But look at this. Y'all, they have table number holders now. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this is. How beautiful is that? And so what you do is you take your table number. So we'll pretend that this is a table number. And look at that. Just look how pretty that is. Can you imagine? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. They have so many different ones, but I'm going to do an unboxing and you guys can tune in for that. But I just wanted to share that with you tonight and just let you know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. And y'all make my day so much more brighter. It really do. It really does. And I really like these lives. You know, I might just start doing mostly live videos, not just for the month of October. So yeah. Yeah, so don't forget. So if you'll go back and do any of the unboxings that I've done for Totally Dazzled and look in the description box, you'll see the link there. And anytime you use that link, you're putting a little bit of money back into the channel. You do not have to use that link, but if you choose to, you can. And that's pretty much that. So have an absolutely wonderful evening and keep your eyes peeled for the tutorial on this. And I think I'll probably put like a little poll up to see which one do y'all prefer better, if you prefer the hairspray or the Mod Podge. So on that, have a wonderful evening. Bye. Okay. Did you do what I asked you to do and copy that link from the old video? Because I need you to copy that link so you can put it down there.
Well, I said you done it if you're using the computer.
Okay, well, I need you to go in and copy that and put it in the description.